Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. We are from Group H. First of all, we would like to introduce ourselves. My name is Lia Kartika and my partner.
My name is Novianti.
We would like to explain our material, and our material is about plastic money. Contents. The first is definition of plastic money. The second is history and development of plastic cards in the world and in Indonesia. The third is the types of plastic money. And the last is the advantages and disadvantages of plastic money. The first material will be explained by me. Definition of plastic money. Plastic money is a tool in the form of a card issued by a bank or financial institution and can be used for various kinds of financial transactions. These financial transactions carried out by card holders issued by the financial institution concerned, where the use of the card is related to and in the account of the card owner, both own funds as well as funds originating from credit received by the card owner. The second material is history and development of plastic cards in the world. In 1924, the concept of using cards in banking transactions was introduced. A few years later, this method of using the card was followed by 100 banks around the world. Starting in 1946, the credit payment system pioneered by banking institutions in the United States was born. Banker John Biggins of Flatbush National Bank of Brooklyn created this system under the name Chargit. The next development is marked by the Diners Club card. This card existed in 1949. It was discovered by accident by Frank McNamara, who was having dinner at a fancy restaurant at that time. Since 1951, Diners Club card is increasingly being used by many people and is very popular in the United States. American Express also didn't want to lose to issue a similar card. The issue card is called AMEX, American Express, and is of the same type as a chart card. In that year, also found materials for making Diners Club cards. The next development, then there is a credit card as we know it nowadays. The first credit card was issued by Bank of America or Visa, and it was in the 1960s. There was a massive expansion in education about the benefits of this credit card until everyone understood the use of this transaction tool. And it was in the 1970s that America began to set policy regulations for the use of credit cards. The rules are getting clearer. The goal is for this business to thrive. So from here, the development of credit cards began to spread to various other countries, such as Europe, Arabia, Africa, Australia, Asia, and in Indonesia. History and development of plastic cards in Indonesia. The first time a credit card entered Indonesia occurred around the 1980s, introduced by Bank Duta, who at that time collaborated with Visa and MasterCard International. Year after year, new players began to emerge, such as BCA, Citibank, Hong Kong Bank, and others. In the 1990s, you could say that many people had Citibank credit cards. They seem very proud to have this card until there is a term, don't have a Citibank credit card, it means you don't have a credit card. But over time, Citibank's name began to fade. Plus, there are many cases that happened to Citibank, such as the case of a customer who died at the hands of his debt collector, and also the case of Malinda D. Although it has slumped, but slowly Citibank began to improve its performance. This has to be done because now there are tough competitors in the credit card business, such as BCA, Bank Mandiri, BNI, ANZ, and others who offer credit cards to all people, not limited to its customers. Because you have used and non-credit cards so often, having a credit card today is not something to be proud of. The third material is the types of plastic money. The type of plastic money based on its function. The first is credit card. Credit card is a means of payment using a card that can be used to make payments for obligations arising from economic activity, including shopping transactions or to make cash withdrawals, where the cardholder's payment obligations are fulfilled first by the acquirer or issuer, and the cardholder is obligated to pay off the payment obligation at the agreed time, either at once, card, or in installments. Some examples of credit cards issued by banks in Indonesia are BCA Everyday Card, Mandiri Gold Platinum, BNI Mastercard World, BRI World Access, and so on. The following are the characteristics of credit cards, such as first, cashless payment with a set spending limit. Second, payment takes place after the purchase. Third, great flexibility installment facility. The second is chart card. Chart card is a card that can be used as a means of payment for a transaction of goods and services. Then the cardholder is required to pay back the full bill at the end of the month or the following month with or without additional charges. Several types of chart cards that we have known for the market in Indonesia include Diners Club, American Express, a Blue Card, etc. The following are the characteristics of chart card, such as first, cashless payment without a set spending limit. Second, payment takes place after the purchase. Third, no credit or installment facility. And the last is the bid card. The bid card is a card that can be used as a payment order or debit to the holder's account. Some examples of debit cards issued by banks in Indonesia are BNI Mastercard Silver, Britama Falls, BCA Simple, Mandiri Silver GPN, and so on. The following are the characteristics of the bid card, such as first, card directly linked to the cardholder's bank account. Second, transaction is debited immediately from bank account. Third, no credit or installment facility. The next material will be explained by my partner.
Okay, I will continue the explanation. The next point is based on its applicable area. First, local plastic card. Local plastic cards are plastic cards that are valid in certain areas, for example, throughout Indonesia. Second, international plastic card. The international plastic card is a plastic card that's valid and can be used worldwide. For example, Visa, American Express, Carta Balance, MasterCard, and Dinner Club. Next slide, please. Okay, next point is the convenience. Plastic money provides an easy way to make financial transaction without carrying cash. Also provides the benefits of anywhere and anytime banking. Second, check counterfeiting. The proposed plastic currency notes will reduce the chance of counterfeiting. Third, long life of plastic currency notes. The proposed plastic currency notes will have the life of 5 years as against 1 year life of paper currency notes. Fourth, check on black money. It is possible to trace the financial transaction done through cards. Developing a culture of plastic money will make it easy for the government to trace suspected black money sources. Fifth, supports growth of e-commerce. The use of cards has supported the growth of e-commerce. Growth of e-commerce enhances cost effectiveness and alternative channels to improve economic growth. Six, power of purchasing. Debit or credit cards make it easier to buy things. Now, we don't have any need to carry money in a large amount. Plastic money is accepted at any time and everywhere. Seven, time saving. One can purchase anything from any place through a credit card or debit card without spending money on fare or cash transaction. You have to provide your card details to the seller, store, or corporation and settle your order. It saves time in the transaction by debit or credit card. Last is safety. In case if an individual loses their cards, then he or she may contact the bank or financial institution which provides the cards. The financial institution or bank will block the account and no one can draw a single penny without their permission. Next slide, please. Okay, the next point is the disadvantages of plastic money. First, shops using other vendors. Numerous shops accept credit cards of a specific company only. In this situation, money is the only mode of payment for those who use a credit card of another company. Second, less availability. There are several cases where the firms do not let their cards be utilized in specific areas. Therefore, they have a regional dispute. Third, an issue with magnetic strip. The credit card consists of the magnetic strip that can get worn out due to extensive use. If it happens while traveling and credit card is the only form of money with the person, then he or she must wait till the time they receive a new card. The new card may take a minimum of 48 hours to get active. Fourth, increased debt and rest of high interest. Credit cards from corporation and financial institutions charge high interest rates on more money if the person fails to pay off till the fixed debt of the particular month. The interest are the earnings for which they provide the additional shopping for limits than the money. It's not a good idea to owe loan on high interest rates and spend it on necessary things or purchasing. Last is fraud. In the case of stolen credit cards, the thief may use it directly to get the information. In today's world, it's possible to get a clone of any debit or credit card, which work like the original and can be a substantial loss. Thus, be aware of the frauds of credit cards. So, the conclusion is plastic card is a tool in the form of a card as a very flexible and practical payment. Briefly, in 1924, the concept of using card in banking transaction was introduced. Year by year, the card has developed. Indonesia started using ATM cards around the middle of 1980. The history of plastic cards seems to be continuing as technology advances, and a time will come when people will no longer use paper money or paperless money.
Okay, that's all from us. Thank you for your attention. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.